Good morning, survivors of narcissistic and abusive personalities. Today we're going to talk about the holidays that are coming up. Gosh, it's so stressful for a lot of people, especially survivors of abuse. So why are the holidays so difficult? I've made a list, and it's a long list. For a lot of survivors, the holiday season is especially difficult. We have so much on our plate. We have children we have looking to us in a hopeful way. We have family members that are pressuring us to spend time with them. And then there are people that we genuinely want to spend time with, whether it's friends or family, and we're so busy that it's hard to get together. So let's go through what are some of the things that make it really hard for us. Well, one is that empathetic survivors of abuse have a hard time with being fake and having fake and shallow relationships. And there's nothing more fake than holidays with a family who treats you like garbage and has for years. Everyone's going to pretend like everything's okay when it's really not. And we just sort of, I don't know, let's just act like Uncle Tony did not, molest three members of the family as he sits by the fire and drinks eggnog. Let's pretend that Grandma did not beat you with a broomstick when you were little, as she has a little bit too much whiskey at Christmas. There's so many reasons. There's, things that have gone on between family members. There are family members that are no longer with us that have passed away, and that's a really, a time when we're really remembering them and missing them, and that can be hard. And then if you share children with someone and you're no longer with them, you have to coordinate what you're doing with what they're doing, and are we going to this grandma's or that grandma's, and whose family are we going to? And then if you have family members that live out of town and they expect you to travel for the holidays, that can be really hard too, especially if you have kids. Another thing that makes it difficult is that it is just a reminder of everything that's wrong for a lot of people. All the things that I just mentioned, bad things that went on, previous holidays that were triggering or traumatic for you. So another one is that society places such a great emphasis on family around the holidays. And so there's that extra layer of guilt that we carry around, that extra layer of meaning that we carry around, that we're supposed to have this close relationship or be spending time with family at the holidays. Another thing that happens is narcissists and abusers, they tend to sabotage holidays, birthdays, and special events, special occasions. And so there might be a history of every Christmas, Dad gets really drunk and starts up the lawnmower and is screaming at everybody, or whatever wild and crazy things that can go on. And so you might be hypervigilant at the holiday, waiting for, the abusive personality. What kind of mood will they be in? And you're walking on eggshells to hopefully that we won't have some, horrific blow up or something bad happen. So, abusive people will make themselves the center of attention at the holidays, and they will sabotage your good time. And if you've been spending holidays and birthdays with them over the course of years, you're probably in a routine of having to prep mentally for that. And then we have a lot of emotional manipulation going on around the holidays because, like I said, there's like added layers of meaning. And so you feel especially obligated to participate in things that you may not want to participate in. And then, of course, there's money. A lot of us are having a hard time right now. I mean, especially right now in this country, we have a lot of people that have 2 and 3 jobs and they just can't keep up. And then you have kids that you want to do nice things for. And so, give yourself permission to be creative with your gifts and to cut down on your spending if possible. And if the kids are a little bit disappointed this year, but find some other fun things to do that are less expensive, or ways that you can spend time together that's special, doing crafts or things like this. Going to look at Christmas lights, that's free. You can get in your car, go to different neighborhoods, drive around and look at Christmas lights. There's things you can do that don't require you to drop loads of cash. And then the other thing is that we're just bombarded by too many events, right? We've got school events. If your kids are in school, if they're in choir or band, they always have concerts and things like this. They want to hang out with their friends over the holiday break. We also have church stuff going on. If you attend church and you're involved in your church, there's plenty of things that are happening around the holiday season, your church or your temple or wherever you worship. And then also there's plenty of family stuff happening. And like I said, some people are expected to travel, on top of everything else that they have to do. So the holidays can be crazy. It's crazy for everybody, but for survivors of abuse, it's especially triggering just because now we're having to interact with people, and we're being pressured into doing that and manipulated into doing that, or we just feel like that we feel obligated, even if no one's pressuring us, because it's the holidays and you're supposed to be with your family at the holidays. So here's some helpful tips, things that you can do to help relieve the stress and to help set boundaries and protect yourself around this time. One thing you can do is say no. It's hard, I know, it really is. And you say it in a nice, warm way, but you don't need to give explanations. It's just, I'm so sorry, we're very busy, and that's not going to work for us. Thanks so much for inviting us. Or, the kids would love to come, but I have so many things I need to do. I'll just drop them off. Is that okay? Or not, so you can try to say no to things that are going to be triggering, or that it's unnecessary, or something you just plain don't want to do. Say no. Say it in a nice way. Don't give explanations. Don't explain. Just simply doesn't work for us. That will work. And people might be upset with you. They might guilt you and, be irritated. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Those are their feelings, not yours. And you're doing this for you so that you're less stressed, and you can actually maybe even enjoy something around the holidays. Another thing that you can do is bring a friend. If you have a trusted friend who understands the family circumstance, just let grandma know you're bringing a friend this year, and that can really help you as a buffer or a witness, someone that just makes you feel more at ease. And then there might be it could be less likely to be bad behaviors if there's an outsider that is attending. And so abusive, toxic people may not feel as comfortable doing bad behaviors if there's someone visiting. And another thing that you can do is put bookends on things. And I've talked about this before, and when we're talking about boundary setting. So we don't need to spend all day at somebody's house. You don't need to spend all evening at somebody's house or at an event. You can be there for 2 hours. Maybe you don't have to eat with everyone. Maybe you're going to show up and just hang out a little bit, and then you're going to leave and go to a different event. So let someone know, yeah, I'll be there, but we're only going to be there from 2 to 4. And so that you're not feeling like that you're obligated to stay for a long period of time, and then you won't feel as bad when you get up to leave because you've already let them know that you're going to leave. And stick to that, by the way. When you say you're going to leave at 4, please just go ahead and leave at 4, because what you're doing is you're establishing boundaries with people. And so you want to be consistent with that. Another thing is try not to drink as much. I know that's hard, but drinking doesn't help us. It's a depressant. It might seem like it is taking the edge off and helping you with your nerves, but really what it does is it weakens us and can cause us to be more emotional, or we'll go ahead and say, screw it to Gray Rock. Like, I'm going to Gray Rock at the holidays. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do Gray Rock. And then you have a couple drinks and you're like, I'm going to go over and confront Uncle Bob about what he did to me. And next thing you know, there's a big blow up. So, or if someone says something to you and they're baiting you and trying to get you to argue with them, if you've had a few drinks, you're more likely to engage in conflict. So try not to drink if you can. And then also when you want to leave, you can go ahead and leave because you can drive because you haven't been drinking. Also, speaking of driving, drive separately to events. Try not to, try not to be saving on gas money by picking everybody up and dropping everybody off, or being a part of a carpool. Just go ahead and drive yourself, even if you're driving by yourself for 4 hours with a whole other car full of people that are also driving 4 hours. Drive by yourself, and that way you can leave whenever you want and you can arrive when you want. Create your own traditions. It's okay to let go of old traditions. That's a hard thing for us. We get nostalgic and we think back to good memories when things were good. But it's okay to let go of those things and just hold those times in your mind as something that you can look back on and start creating new traditions with you and your children, your family, or just with yourself. If you don't have anybody this holiday, if your ex-spouse has the kids this year and you're not sure what you're going to do, go volunteer somewhere, or spend the day in bed, drinking hot chocolate or something great like that. So treat yourself, do something that you enjoy. I just had a client tell me that she and her partner have decided that they're going to watch horror movies. They love horror movies. And so they're going to spend the day watching those movies and hanging out, and that they think they might be doing this as a tradition each year. So make your own traditions, and just be creative about how you want to spend your time and what sounds good to you. Another thing you can do is save money by writing nice cards. Buy some cards and write nice notes to people that are thoughtful and letting them know how important they are to you and the things you appreciate about them. Sometimes that's a lot more meaningful than a gift. So if you're strapped for cash this season, as most people are, get creative in that sense too, and think about writing a nice letter to each of your family members. And, hey, remember when we were 5 and we did this cool thing? I was thinking about it the other day. Thank you so much for the great childhood memories. I hope you have a great holiday season. And I think that is something that people definitely appreciate. The other thing you can do is, some of us have family members that we actually genuinely want to spend time with, but we don't want to spend time with other family members. If they're all getting together and you don't want to go because of the toxic family members, make separate plans with the healthy family members that you do want to spend time with. Hey, I'm not going to grandma's this year, but do you guys want to come over on New Year's Day and I'll cook dinner for everybody? So just try to spend time with them, and you can spend time with them throughout the year. You don't have to just spend time with them at the holidays. You could spend time with them anytime. So just because you don't see someone at Christmas doesn't mean that you won't see them ever again, So try not to fall into that trap of assigning so much meaning and obligation to your attendance, whether you're going to go or not. The day will go on without you. People will still have a good time. They'll still, get to do their fun shenanigans, or, the narcissist will still get to pout in the corner, the toxic mom will still get to be the martyr all day. That'll all still go on without you. So don't worry about that you're bothering other people or hurting other people. You're just getting guilt tripped because they don't like that you're doing something different. They don't like that you're stepping outside of the roles, the assigned, familial roles that we've had for years and years. And they don't like that they've lost control of you. People that host the events, if they themselves are toxic or narcissistic, that whole thing is a big show for them. They get to be the director of their own play, and you're an actor in the play that they're putting together. They get that. They're looking forward to using that time as their playground so they can play with their toys. And you've said, yeah, I'm not coming. So you've taken one of their toys away. And so they're going to punish you for that or try to make you feel bad about it. Anyhow, give yourself permission to say no to things, to set boundaries, to spend time alone or with people that you genuinely want to spend time with. Cut back on your spending by doing things that are thoughtful. And remember that it's okay to let go of those old traditions and things from the past that don't serve us anymore. It's okay to just sort of, evolve and learn how to do some new things that are healthier for you. So next week, we're going to have Ashley Kilgore is going to join me. Ashley Kilgore is with Integrative Counseling Solutions, and she is a SNAP counselor who has recently been trained on the SNAP topics and the things that we work with in our SNAP classes. So we've been referring a lot of our SNAP clients to Ashley. So we're going to introduce her next week, and we'll present another topic, hopefully, that is super helpful. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.